This is the episode 15 of the Yuniverse. I am your host, Yun. I'm very excited to come back. I'm happy, I'm grateful to be here at this moment and to talk, to connect, and to share our experiences with one another. What is happening? How do you feel at this moment? What have you been doing the last couple days? What have you done? What have you realized? What have you accomplished this week? What is on your mind? What are your current priorities? What are you grateful for? Go with the flow. Go with what you're thinking. Go with what you're thinking. And go with what you're feeling. Start with the most important thing, the most important task, the most important activities of the day. See if you can do those, accomplish those, and just start and be in motion. If you don't know what your priorities are in your day, or if you don't know the most important task, the most important activity, experience, thing to do of your day, then you can probably audit what you do on a daily basis. You can write down and audit your daily schedule, your routine, your discipline. Write them all down and see what each one of them, see what you would like to accomplish or do each day. Write these activities down. It can be as simple as walking around the block, exercising, eating, taking a shower, getting ready, meditating, reading, writing, working on your classes, working on this project for work, working on coming up with ideas. Write down these activities and your daily routine to see how much time you're actually spending or you would need to spend to accomplish these things. And from there you can see if you have any other time or if you should start with what you want to do. What we have to do, what the most important thing to do of your day is usually the one or the thing, the activity, the errand, the job that preoccupy you, that you have been thinking about it in your mind, that you wish or that you want to get started, that you want to take a look, that you want to start writing it down, that you want to go over it, you want to learn it, you want to be with that activity, be with it, that experience. And but then you may also want it to put it off on a later time, on a later date. So this thinking or this method or this mindset leads to procrastination, because you always think that you can do something less important or something trivial or something that is going to give you pleasure or something that is not going to require much effort, much energy, and much time, and you can just kind of sit around and watch TV or relax, and be on social media, get on Netflix, that you can do all the other activities to put off doing or being with that activity, being with that most important thing, that most important task that you should have been doing when you started your day, when you have the most energy, when you are more refreshed, so to speak, when your mind is not dispersed into every other things or activities or duties that you have in your day, and that you are the most focused, you are alert, you are aware of how you feel about your energy levels, about just being present, and you can give your full attention Whereas if you put it off, or if you do it at a later time, then you would have less energy. You would be already drained out. You would be exhausted. You would be tired. You would be hungry. You would feel that you will just start and do it the next day. But when the next day comes, you start putting it off again. You just kind of lean back and lean on this kind of procrastinating, the never-ending procrastination cycle that you will never complete what it is that you're trying to do on time, or even before the due date, or even earlier, that you will always be working on it, be doing it, be being with that experience, with that thing, with that task at the last minute. And this can lead to major stress and anxiety and unhappiness. And I think personally it's a really unhealthy thing to do if you put off everything at the last minute, because there is always going to be things, activities or duties or anything that comes in your way, or anyone that comes up to you that stop you, or that interrupt you, or that interfere with what you have to do. So if you put off everything at the last minute, you might not finish, or you might not be able to do it with all of your heart, all of your mind, and all of your soul, with that thing, that specific activity. And another point is that if you start and do everything early, you have time. You have additional time to process about what you have done, what you have accomplished, what you have written down, what you have developed, or what you have put out, so that this gives you time to go over, to process, to consolidate that information, to go over and to think about what it is that you've done. And you have that extra time to even go back and redo something that you wanted to make it better, or rethink it, or improve it, or go back and look at it so that you're more familiar. So starting everything early and doing the things, and start being in that moment. Start being with the thing, with the activity, with the thing that's on your mind that you think you should be doing, that you actually want to do it, but some part of you, the paradigm is a multitude of habits. The paradigm is stopping you from taking that action, from jumping right into the most important task, to the most important thing, the project, the homework, the activity, whatever it is. The paradigm is stopping you because you can always lean back to that procrastination mindset. You can always do it at a later time, but try and see through this and see if slowly but surely, do a little bit at a time, that you can get back to that awareness, get back to that being alert and being on point, and know that when it is that you should start and to do that most important thing, or the more important things, activities that will produce the greater results. Always think in terms of that you may not have tomorrow, you may not have tonight, you may not have the next couple days to work on or to do what you have to do. So always be in a state of urgency if you can, and just the sooner or the more you get back into this zone, into this awareness of finishing and starting and being with that most important thing, the better it is that it would be for you in the long term, in the long run, that you will tend to not procrastinate. You would always get back, always be alert, and always jump right into that thing. And you move on, you progress, you learn, you give yourself plenty of time so you can relax, you're not stressed out, and you feel great for what you have done, for not only for what you did and what you accomplished, but the discipline in how you approach what it is that you have to do, the discipline and the dedication you approach in taking that action, you approach in having this mentality to jump right in, to start right away, to do it as soon as you can, to avoid any unexpectancy, to avoid any bullshit that will always come at you any moment, any day of the time, any day of the week. I've said this before, but I'm gonna say it again. You be in motion and you come up with ideas. These ideas, these are vibrations of thoughts, of a feeling, of an idea that can contradict or can be totally different, totally irrelevant to what you have set out to do, to your previous ideas. Your ideas can contradict each other, and that is okay. But if you don't do anything, if you sit around, you're not gonna come up with any ideas. You're not gonna come up with new ideas that is gonna contradict the previous, the older ideas, that you will ended up not having any ideas at all, that you won't know what to do, you won't know how to feel, you won't know about the things or the different ways to approach that same thing, that same activity, that same experience. But if you put in action, if you take action, if you put yourself into the zone of doing, of being with that activity, of being in motion, and you will see that everything changes. It is impermanent, and how you feel and your feelings, your ideas are changing as you grow, as you live, as you experience more. The world is changing all the time. The fundamental nature of reality is impermanence. It is emptiness. It is a clear light. Like, it is always changing. Your feelings are always changing on its own accord, and your plans, your ideas, your decisions are also changing. So really take this in and understand that change is good. Change is the nature of everything. There is always a change. There is always this floating, this ever-changing energy of vibrations. So be more aware of this change and welcome change, embrace change, and don't feel upset or don't beat up yourself if your new ideas totally put off your older ideas, and that what you've been working on previously did not contribute or was not valuable in any way. That is incorrect, because without those that old ideas, you would not be able to come up with this new mindset, with this new idea. So those are actually the foundation that build on for future knowledge, that build on for future experience, that build on for future understanding of the current stage of life, of the current progress, of the current journey. So be more aware of the change, and don't be lost, or not being lost, but don't feel so strange when something changes, because everything changes. What happens if you feel lost? What happens if you don't know what to do? What happens if you don't know what you want? Okay, so these things, these questions come up to us, come up to me, come up to everyone all the time. We don't know what we want, because what we want is actually changing all the time. We don't know what the best thing to do at this current moment sometimes, because our desires, our thoughts, our ideas changes all the time. So don't feel devastated. Don't feel like you are broken. Don't be so upset when things and activities and experiences don't go according to your expectation. When something doesn't go according to your plan, it's okay. Relax, take a step back, and compose yourself. Stay calm at all times. And this may sound really simple and hard at the same time, but try and see if you can calm yourself down and just take a step back and think and say to yourself that everything is okay. Everything happens for a reason. You are supposed to be lost. You are supposed to wander around. You are supposed to not know where you're going or where you want to go, what you want to be. Everything changes. So what you have set out, your plans, your dreams, your goals that you have set out or that you have planned to do may change. You may be on this journey to greatness, to success, to happiness, to figuring out life and figuring out yourself. But some days or one day along the path, one day along the journey, you may not know where you are mentally. You may not know what is happening or what is going on around you or what is really happening inside you. Everyone is lost at times. Everyone feels like they can be lonely, they cannot know what they want, they can be searching, they can be seeking for knowledge, for guidance, for friendship, for support, for relationship, for love, for happiness, for fulfillment. These things happen, these things come and go. So when you feel lost, try and see if you can sit down with yourself. Sit down, grab a pen, write and stare at a clean sheet of paper. Start with something new and clean. Write down how you feel. Write down what it is that you've been doing, what it is that you're doing every day. Kind of audit yourself and become more aware of your current situation, of the current life situation, and kind of take a look from the viewpoint of a third party, of a third person, and just write it down what it is that you think about yourself. Write it down about what it is that you want at this moment. What is your desires? What are your goals? What it is that you spend the most time on? What it is that make you happy? What it is that you love to do each day, and it will make you uncomfortable. It will give you you will be in an enormous discomfort or agonizing experience that if you didn't do this activity that you love so much. Write them down and be real. Don't bullshit yourself, and just be real, stay real, and just be yourself, and see how that leads you. Or you are doing so many things. You have your routines, you have your disciplines, you are doing the things you love. You are doing the things that are making you grow. Maybe see if you can stop for a moment, stop for a night, stop for a day, and not do these activities that you would have normally done or do. And break that routine every once in a while. Break that activity, break that discipline, and go into deep thinking. Do something different at times. Do something different. You can do the same thing but different ways. Break that routine completely for that night, for that day, or even for that week, and see how you feel, and see what it is that you truly want, and see if by going and walking away and taking a different path than your normal routines and disciplines, see if see how that affects you. See if you can get something out of something that is not in the ordinary, out of something that what you would have normally done, or do something that you have wanted to do for a long time but you haven't had the chance to. Break it up. You don't always have to be doing the same things the same way, or you don't always have to be the same thing all the time. You can break your routine, you can break your discipline every once in a while. It is okay. Nobody is forcing you, nobody is pressuring you to keep this up, to keep doing what you do. Make changes, take actions, and see how you feel. So if you feel lost, maybe it's a good idea to do something out of the ordinary, to do something that you haven't done in a while, to do and to look inside into yourself and to see what you truly want and what you're truly thinking. And you go from there. You audit yourself, you go through what you're thinking, you recognize, you have full acceptance of your current stage and current understanding of life and where you are mentally. And all this information, all this experience, all this process is going to help you get back on the track, get back on your path, or you can become more aware. You can realize where you are mentally, where you are physically, and see if you want to go for a different path, or see if you can get motivated and be more passionate to finish strong, to get back onto your path, and to continue to progress and be on this journey. So this everything, being lost, feeling lonely, feeling that you wanted to talk to somebody, feeling that things aren't happening right away to your expectation. These things are part of the process. You're supposed to eat dirt for a long time before anything happens. You are supposed to lose. You're supposed to be rejected. You are supposed to not get what you want instantly. Nothing happens overnight. These are all part of the process. And wise people, many people said that it is all about the process than the destination. It is all about the process. It is all about the journey, as opposed to the things or the feelings or the rewards that the destination or the goal can get you. It is all about the process. So really think about this. Appreciate where you are on this journey. Be grateful for all you are and for all you have. I am so honored to be here. I am fired up. I am so pumped to do this podcast and to connect and share our experiences with each other, to connect, to love, to support one another. So go out there, take actions, love more, tell the people that you appreciate them, tell the people that are there for you every step of the way, and tell the people who love you that you love them, that you appreciate them, that you are also going to be there for them, that you will always be there for them. And it is all about growing, learning, and loving together.